Howdy everybody, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system. And I just got to come right out and say it. It's balls on fire hot today, that's right. And it's just a simple thing, but it's just one of those things that happened. I was down here in the bunker system, working on a painting, and I heard this weird noise. And I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It sounded almost kind of like strangely mechanical to me. Like, I'm thinking this is the timer for the septic system, you know, or some weird little... It stopped, okay? So I did a few things, I heard it again, and I kind of went, and it was still very soft, and finally circled around, and I looked down, and it's the floor drain. The sound's coming from the floor drain. I pull the floor drain up, and there's a frog down in there. It's a wastewater drain. The frog had to come from the outside quite a distance through a couple of traps, and there he is, and he's on his last legs. The poor thing, he could hardly even croak. He was working on croaking. He could hardly make the frog sounds. I felt really sorry for him. I couldn't reach my hand down in there and grab him. My hand just wouldn't even if I grabbed him, I couldn't fit the hand down through the opening. Okay, it's a very poorly designed drain. You can't clean it out with anything. Anyway, that's not important. Get to the frog story. So what am I going to do? So I'm thinking I got to grab him with something. So I thought, well, I've got one of those wrench. I'll just show it to you. What the hell? It's video. And it's right here. It's a strap wrench, okay? It's this. You do this. It's used for like PVC pipe and stuff like that. You put it in there, you adjust it right inside there. So I thought maybe I could get him. So it took a couple times. Once I got one of the front arms, and that wasn't going to do it. And the last time I got it, the whole front arms through it, and I was able to pull him out. And he was not. He was, like I said, he was on the desk door. So I rinsed him off because he was in the waste. And I took him outside and put him in the flower patch next to the pond, and it took quite a while, but he started to gain his composure again. So I saved the frog. Later on today, he's going to crawl back up the damn pipe, and he's going to be in there again. I just know it. Anyway, records. I should have cleaned this up. I think it's going to clean up. It's got a little tear on the front. But a Henry Mancini box set. And I bought it because it wasn't like a Reader's Digest. It's an actual RCA reissue in 1964 of Peter Gunn, which is a great album. I know I've got it. The Mancini Touch is another great album. Mr. Lucky Goes Latin, which is a great album. And Breakfast at Tiffany's, which I don't know if I've listened to in Charade. A couple of soundtracks. Just very curious, but pretty clean, aside for the rippy thing on the front. I met a guy at the Half Price Books. It was kind of funny. One of the other record collectors I know came up and said, "Did you find anything?" I don't know him by name. He's been there. I go, "What? Oh yeah, I recognize him." No. So the other guy's been really quiet, and he perks up and he starts talking. We're all talking, and it turns out he's a retired Air Force, and he likes progressive jazz. And I said, "Wow, that's really hard to find. You hardly ever find it in here." He's like, "Well, I like Herb Alpert." He pulled out a couple of albums. And then I'm talking about Command Records and all that. He goes, "Wow, you really know your stuff." I'm just saying, this is what he said. I said, "No, it's just the period of music I collect. I research when I'm listening to it, and I just kind of retain some of it. I'm just talking about what I know. But I'm buying stuff that I don't know, which is another album on the Candy label. Candy. I know this is going to be... Remember I brought that the brass horn, the Renaissance brass horn album? That's really rare. You can buy it on CD, but you can't find the album anywhere. So I went ahead and bought this because the cover. I told him I like it because of the art, and he looked at me funny. This looks like a modern cover, doesn't it? It looks like a reissue, but it's from '67. I'm afraid it's going to be cabaret music, but I couldn't bear not to, because of the cover art again and again. For the cover art, I know I've got this one, but I couldn't remember if the one I bought had a scratchy record or not. But it's Great Cheesecake. I know it's common, but I picked it up. And he laughed when he looked at this. He said, "Can I look through your records?" Yeah, he's going through. Louis Prima. I should cut that out. I like it for the art. It looks like a Hirsch film. It's not. It's an Arnold Roth. It's actually another famous cartoonist of the day. It's on Columbia, so there won't be a day. But I remember, yeah, I remember. I'm old enough to remember the talk shows and that duo. Okay, other records I'll probably train away, but great labels. The Turnabout label is the Miraculous Mandarin and the Wooden Prince. Orchestra of Southwest German Radio. It's gonna be not, but you never know because it's Turnabout. Turnabout puts out great stuff. Also on Turnabout is Spanish guitar music of the 16th and 17th centuries. Exciting stuff. I know somebody who was going to want this. That's the thing. And the last record, which may or may not be any good, which is probably the one I'm going to feature, and you're all going to go, oh, you're really slipping, Manic Mark. It's because it's just the way the day worked out. The Ball's on Fire, hot day. I only went to 2 of my places because then I had to go to Sam's, and I went to Sam's. And you know, it's better to buy oil at Sam's. I've been buying it at Pep Boys, but it cost almost nearly as much to get 2 of the 5 quarts. Have you noticed? You change your own oil, it doesn't all come, they don't come in like cases of single quarts anymore, no. Because all cars are 5 quarts, except for the cars that I own that are older that are 6 quarts. Except for the 99 Dodge Ram, which has the weird oil thing. Oh, Jesus. That's a whole story in itself. Anyway, so I got to buy the 5 quart and then the single quarts, which are now more expensive, okay? But at Sam's, they still carry the cases with the quarts, and now they have the 5 quarts, which is really a smart idea because there's a lot less wastage in packaging, okay? Oh, I haven't held up the last record, have I? Holiday in Spain with this freakish... No, it's not. It's Spain. It's a freakish... There's Spaniards with blue eyes, aren't there? I'm cutting all out what I said before because certainly it's not a freakish occurrence in Spain for a Spaniard to have blue eyes. It's just very striking and not freakish at all. I don't want to get into that because somebody will say, yeah, lots of people in Spain have freakish blue eyes. You got a problem with that? Not me.